Shah, thank you very much for speaking to us on this. Please talk to us about the intent behind writing this letter.
The relations with Pakistan are not normal and very complicated and not good for any of the two countries. I have been in touch with friends in Pakistan, and we all felt unless the relations between India and Pakistan improve, both of us will suffer immensely. And that is why this exercise, we have been organizing meetings, discussions for last many years. And we came to this conclusion that let's appeal to our leaders and request them to settle every issue seriously so that the people of the subcontinent can live happily and peacefully. That's the purpose of writing this letter, requesting the leaders of both countries to have a serious dialogue, sort out the problems which exist between us. And war is no option these days. None of us can afford the war. None of our people whom we can ever advise war. The Lord Ram, till the last minute, wanted to avoid the war. He sent Angad when the forces were waiting for war. He even then sent a messenger if some kind of a settlement could be brought about so that the issues are solved and sorted out without war. And that's the intention of Center for Peace and Progress, whose chairman I happen to be. And we organized this. We approached friends both in Pakistan and India. Let's send a letter to the two leaders and request them to see them.
Mr. Shah, you're talking about Lord Ram, but you do know very well how Lord Ram himself had to kill Ravana to bring justice. Here in this case, even though
that's the last option.
Right, but here, while your intent may be very pure and true, Mr. Shah, you would know that Pakistan is not doing anything to gain the trust of ordinary Indians. One after the other, they're sponsoring terrorist activities. We can go on naming. You very well yourself would know the number of attacks that Pakistan has carried out on Indian soil. How many times has India done that? Never. India has never killed innocent people in Pakistan, and time and again, so many efforts we have made in India to bring about peace and dialogue. During Atal Bihari Vajpayee, right after that there was a Kargil war. There's 2611 victims that are still grieving, the parliament attack, the Kanishka hijacking, the AI 171 incident. I can go on naming Uri, Pulwama, Pathankot, our CRPF personnel killed, our innocent men. Do you not think those victims would be enraged by this letter now?
Well, we would try our best. We as member of the civil society, we believe in dialogues, discussions, non-violence. We are not for war. We think that's something which should be avoided as much as one can. And that is why this. And we find good amount of support from the people of Pakistan. There are large number of friends, and I find tremendous support who want if something could be sorted out, if we can talk to each other and find out the solution. They have issues, we have issues, and they, after all, the civilized society does discuss things and problems are sorted out. Ram also said, you mentioned about Lord Ram, he also said after the war, कि सभ्यताओं का भी नाश होता है, केवल स्त्री और पुरुषों का ही नाश नहीं होता है. Civilizations are also killed, and that is why war has to be avoided. That is the biggest enemy of the mankind. And these efforts of ours are just in that direction. We are in fact doing a follow-up meeting in 4-5 days, on Sunday in fact.
All right, Mr. Shah, another thing that one would notice is that most of the signatories of your letter are leaders from the opposition parties. Why has no one who's in the government given consent? Why are these only people who are opposed to the current regime?
Well, we are trying. I did approach a couple of friends of mine from the ruling party, but somehow the other couldn't take place. We will try in future to involve them in such kind of work. We have done that in the past, and I hope we will succeed in future. You know, it's not a question of one party or the other party. Everyone has to come together for peace and harmony, normal relations with the neighbors, which are absolutely essential to survive as a race.
Right. Mr. Shah, I also want to talk to you about the timing of this letter. You do know it's happening at a time we've just seen Operation Sindoor. Prime Minister has said it's still not over. The operation is still not over. We want to continue dismantling the terror infrastructure in Pakistan one way or the other. Either Pakistan does it on its own or India will have to take up offensive action. It is also happening at a time that Indus Water Treaty has been put in abeyance after the Pahalgam attack. It's also happening now when India is preparing a dossier to have Pakistan enlisted in the FATF grey list. Do you not think this letter is again opposing every initiative of the government of India that people are supporting? It is opposing the very official stance of the Indian government. Yes, Mr. Shah.
We are not against anyone on as far as dialogue and discussion is concerned. We are only saying that this is the best way of dealing with the problems. And we are in the process of doing a lot of things on this issue. And this particular day was not chosen for any other purpose except that it's a part of our program. We know there are problems, and that is why we think it is essential for those who believe in peace, those who want the neighbors to live as decent neighbors. That is why such exercises, such initiatives are useful, and that is why we undertook this. And we are meeting again on Sunday to follow up what further can be done.
Mr. Shah, just I believe 2 days ago there was a statement from a Pakistan minister who said हाथ काट दिए जाएंगे उनके जो हमारे पानी को कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं या हमारा हिस्सा रोक रहे हैं. Somebody who's taking up that tone, a minister of a country that's taking that violent tone. The field marshal who's saying they won't leave anybody alive. Do you think they are going to listen to this honest appeal of yours to restore peace? They have to be on the same page. They clearly are not,
so.
Which is why India has had to take this hardline approach.
But which means you are suggesting that India does not want to take a hard line. India was forced according to you. We,
according to the government, according to the Prime Minister,
feel that we must make, we as human beings should make definite efforts to ensure that things are normal. And when I found a good response from Pakistan society, I was extremely happy. In fact, a lot more people wanted to sign, and we didn't want to delay it. We wanted that we should present the letter yesterday, which we did. And there is tremendous desire. Maybe that civil society in both countries will create a climate of trust and confidence, will help in creating a climate of trust and confidence. There is no doubt about it that trust is lacking between us and Pakistan. So that is essential, that if we can help in building a climate of trust and confidence, maybe we will succeed in some areas which will help people.
But like anybody would say, once bitten, twice shy. India has learnt its lessons time and again, which is why finally we've had this approach. One final question I'd like to ask you while you're still in conversation with us, Mr. Shah. Before writing this letter to both Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Sharif, has your team made an effort to actually meet with the leadership of India before writing this letter out to Pakistan?
Well, I have written honestly many letters. You know, we have been organizing various activities, and based on our activities, we used to send the report of those activities. But somehow or the other, we didn't get. So we thought, let's begin this exercise where both Pakistanis or Indians are involved in one particular activity. It's a small beginning, but if we can take it and create that climate of trust and confidence, which is absolutely essential, things may improve. And what appears to be impossible to most of us today, we might reach a situation in which Indians and Pakistani become extremely good friends and allow their countrymen to live well.
All right, Mr. Shah, one last final question that I want to ask you. You're talking about the civil society, but your letter has been floating online and people are not responding to it well. Social media users are saying list of those who have made terror into businesses by being the signatories of the baseless letter have been mentioned, naming the people who have signed these letters. People are saying, what do you do now? Your friends from POK are demanding Pakistan se azadi. Will you educate them? How kind? These kind of mocking remarks are coming. People are saying they are chronic anti-Indian, the people, and I'm reading out the comments. I'm not making them up. I actually have the comments with me. People are calling out the signatories of this letter. So even the people of India are not responding well to this letter, the common people.
Yes, we have not succeeded in getting everyone on the board. It's a small step, but if we continue our efforts in this direction with sincerity and honesty, I am certain and sure we will see brighter days. And you might find more people from both sides of the border respond actions.
All right, Mr. Shah, we really appreciate you taking time out to speak with us on this, and we do